Hi, this is a tutorial on how to make a form in Drive. So once you're in Drive, you come into New and More, and then you would select Google Form. So I have one already pre-made, and this is how a finished form could look. You can have a theme, you can have a heading, you then have items that you make in the form. For instance, I have a name with a person can enter a text response. Here's a multiple choice question where they can select their answer. This is just a regular text response. Here's one where they can select more than one option. You also have choose from a list, and you have a drop-down menu as well. That's the same as choose from a list. And then you have the option of having a second page. So we have no second page. But here is what this whole form looks like when you're building it. It does not look the same. You have multiple things here. You have a bar for entering the heading. You have the items that you've created, and you have a button to edit, a button to duplicate, and a button to delete. And then you can always add items. So in our untitled form, we're going to start with, we have nothing. You can call it something, and I highly suggest that you do. So this is going to become a sample form, and that way we'll be able to find it if we have to close Drive and come back later. And our sample form, you're going to say complete this form. Our first question, if you wanted an anonymous, then you don't want a name. But one of the most important features of any form is having a name. So our first one is going to be the question type text. And here's where you say, what is your name? And I usually just go name. And I make this required, meaning they cannot submit this form without having answered their name. So I'm done with that feature. I'm going to come down to add another item, and let's do a multiple choice. So in this one we'd say, what is your age? I mean, we're doing a all about you kind of thing. So we will then have multiple choice answers. So let's say our students might be 15. We might have 16, 17, and 18. And so now we're done with that question. So now we have a multiple choice question. If we want to add another item, but this time we want to do checkboxes, we're going to say, oh, I don't know. I'm running out of ideas. So question here. And you would have option 1. So we're going to call it A. Option 2 would be B. Option C. Option D. And we're done. You can have as many options as you want. Let's say you don't like this option. We go back and we hit the X beside it to delete it. Let's say we want to reorganize these. You can click and drag. So we're done with that question. You can continue on doing that as many questions as you want. The add item has a drop-down menu. You can see the text that we did. If they have a longer a paragraph, it gives them a bigger box to write in. Multiple choice, check boxes, choose from a list. You can add an image. You can add a video. You can put a page break. The page break would get you to the second window. You can put in all kinds of features. Just play around with them. The other things that you can do is, let's say we want to have this question first. We will click and drag it. If you want to go back in and edit it, you can click on that and go back and change your options. You can hit done or just type outside or click outside over here. You can, if let's say you want to have another multiple choice, but you want it just like this, you can duplicate. Let's go back to, up at the top we have edit questions, we have change theme. If you click on change theme, this is where you can pick one of the pre-made themes, or you can customize. So from customizing, you can get your header image, and we can choose one of many pre-made header images, and you have many to scroll through once it gets open. It's kind of stuck, moving slow this morning. Okay, so there are some header images, and you can click on the title, you can click on the color, you can font style, let's change the font style. We can make it bold, we can make it different sized, we can center it. all the features are here. You can do the same with the description. That would be here under the complete this form. We can do the same for the questions. We can do for the page background color, let's make it we could make it any of the different options. Okay, so you have lots of features to play with, but the basics are the same. So when you're ready to see your actual form that you made, you can click on View Live Form, and that's what our form looks like. You have a box up here for view responses. Let's say somebody has taken your quiz and you want to see what the results are. You can make a spreadsheet and title it, this one's called Sample, so I suggest making a new spreadsheet. So we're going to create it. And then all the people that take your form are going to have their entries listed here, and you can then view the data for the form that you made. So making a form is not that hard. You just have some basic tools to use. So you can come back here and edit, and we could add more questions. We can also hit Send Form. So we're ready, we're done, we're ready to present it. This would be the link to share. We can shorten the URL and copy this. You can get the code to embed it in a website. You can send it to a specific person, and you can, let's say we're going to send this to our teacher. Sorry. And we want to put this link in there so that your teacher can share it with others in your class. You can put that email, your URL down here. So now we are going to send it, and now we have shared this with our teacher. Basic process for setting up a form.